10 from their 31.
Got Garvey on the right side. Baronio split to the right. Handoff to Patron. Patron around the left side. Flags all over the place. Must have been before the snap. Otherwise,
must have been either delay of game or illegal motion by the Vikings. Looks like they're pointing towards...
Well, probably delay of game from the time it was... No, illegal
procedure against the Vikings. First and 15.
Kind of a shame. Looked like Patron had some running room there.
It looks like he was going to break it open for big yardage, but now Vikings in a hole once again.
Puts them back to their 27-yard line. First down and 15.
John Baronio comes out of the game for the Vikings.
Poulter comes out to the right, Garvey to the left, Patron and Singleton in the backfield. Brotons at tight end. Back to pass is Tedesco. Under pressure, gets it off to Brotons. Brotons across the 35, across the 40. Greg Brotons is across midfield. He's into Morris Hills territory, and he is inside the 20, outside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Greg Brotons.
Just got tripped up by the last tackler.
He almost broke that when he caught the ball in his backfield. Got a couple of good tackles, cut across the field, and got beautiful yardage inside the 15-yard line.
A little slow getting up, but I believe he's just a little winded there.
I would be too if I ran all that distance. Shaking tackles, great moves. Greg Brotons powers his way inside the 15. They'll mark the ball at about the 12-yard line.
Beautiful cutback across the field. He had the Morris Hills defense turning around. We'll see if the Vikings can take it in with 8 minutes left in the second period.
Well, time is no problem right here. I don't believe that.
I believe there's an equipment timeout here. We'll make a substitution.
The Vikings, the difference between this year's team and last year's team, they come up with the big plays now. They can complete the pass on third down. They can break tackles. Much improved football team. Pitch goes to Patron around the right side, and Clarky gets to about the 10-yard line.
He was leveled, and he's a little slow getting up.
He's out though. Gordon's a tough guy.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9.
Garvey comes in, Poulter comes out.
That was Jacobson on the tackle before. Or rather, Jacobs. He's 5'11", 175 pounds.
Second down and 9 from the 11-yard line. Patron got a yard on that last play. Tedesco rolls to the right and throws it incomplete. Intended for Patron.
And this will be a big play for the Vikings now.
Very big. A field goal, well, field goal 13-10, second quarter, you can always win. Touchdown would be nice, get them back in the lead, or at least a tie. And Ferraro, probably the lead. Ferraro has his kicking shoe on now. He's warming up on the sideline. Barely just kicking, number 32. 3rd and 9, Tedesco pitches it to Baronio around the left side to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 4th down for the Vikings. So what do you do here, Rob, with Ferraro? Do you take the points or do you try for the touchdown?
On that pitch out.
Consider the time left.
Oh, that's why I'm glad I'm not the coach. I don't have to make the decision myself, but they have to make up 9 yards for the first and about 10 for a touchdown.
Vikings come up with
Tough decision. I might go for the field goal.
Scarlet Knights 10.
But the Vikings are going to go for it here.
Okay, I understand we are just getting underway recording. Touchdown! Nice way to start off, too. Frank Tedesco hitting Walter Garvey over the middle. for a way to start off our recording, Rob?
Take two. I'll tell you later, don't worry. No, sorry, don't worry about it. Just, but you gotta start sort of like recap.
Scarlet Knights take over on downs, first and 10 at their own 10.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Video on the Go Sports presentation, the Parsippany Hills Vikings against the Morris Hill Scarlet Knights. We join you with about 6:13 left in the first half. A 13-7 game. That touchdown you just saw was called back, nullified. And it is 13-7 Morris Hills. Corky Patron gave the Vikings a 7-0 lead with a touchdown around right end. Morris Hill soon tied it up and took the lead with a pair of touchdowns. Ron Cosmas blocked the last extra point. It is now 13-7.
That was a touchdown.
Scarlet Knights 11.
Garvey's? Yeah. No. Well, incomplete pass.
You understand Garvey was called out of the end zone, so it's an incomplete pass. Still 13-7. Handoff goes to Mark Boyer, and he gets a couple of yards.
Boyer stopped by Garvey.
It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Third and about 3.
Make that 3rd and 3. The Vikings want to pin him deep here. Don't want to let him get out. Handoff goes to Jacobs, and he has the first down outside the 20 to about the 22.
Quarterback keeper stopped by Lombardi.
Maybe that's Skalski on the quarterback keeper.
Scarlet Knights at their own 23.
Actually, it's kind of far away from us, Rob. I have a hard time seeing the numbers.
Jacobs.
Handoff goes to Jacobs, and he gets no yardage. Stopped by John Chang. They're not going to pick up of 2 where he fell forward, so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Now I feel a little disappointed.
Some whistles on the play, flag, probably movement on the Morris Hill side.
The officials have stopped play to notify both benches that 4
No, we have the 4-minute warning, that's the thing. 4 minutes in each half, as opposed to the 2-minute warning you'd see in pro football. So now we have a little time.
I know how I did it too.
Very little time. Morris Hills 1-0 coming into today's game. They beat Mount Olive 20-7. Parsippany Hills, as you know, beat Roxbury 10-0 for a 1-0 record.
2 teams coming off opening day wins. Skalski rolls to the left. He's in trouble and he's brought down. That is number 35 for the Vikings. The man who got him, Paul Lupo.
Brought down by Lupo.
Big loss on the play. 3rd down coming up.
Play.
3rd down and 18.
Third and 17.
3rd down and 17. Skalski back to pass, looking deep over the middle. The ball is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Lupo, number 35. Intended for number 40, Joe Rao. Joe Rao scored the first Morris Hills touchdown in the first quarter, breaking one around the left side and outrunning everybody into the end zone to tie it at 7 apiece. They've since taken the lead. That was in the second quarter, that touchdown run.
That must be their sophomore team.
4th down and 17. The kick is short and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line of Morris Hill.
Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Good break for the Vikings.
36.
Vikings will take over on offense. They've moved the ball well today, both on the ground and in the air.
A couple of bad breaks prevented them from scoring the last 2 times. They got down as far as the 27-yard line, and then penalties and bad plays brought them back. Last time, they came within a foot, so to speak, of a touchdown. It's a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Singleton and Petrone in the backfield. Tedesco calls the signals. He's back to pass. Under pressure, grabbed by the leg, throws it out of bounds. Good job by Tedesco to get that ball away.
2nd and 10.
I was afraid they were going to rule him down because he was under control by the lineman.
Didn't look like he was even phased that the tackler was hanging onto his leg, just still looking for his receiver.
Not really. You can't panic when you got a guy wrapped around your leg. He just threw the ball out of bounds. No receiver in sight. I'm surprised there was no penalty there. So it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. 2:16 left in the quarter. Petrone and Singleton once again in the backfield. Back to pass Tedesco. Pretty good protection. Now he has to scramble, and he is sacked back at the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 14 coming up.
The loss of 4, 3rd and 14 Vikings.
I'm a little surprised that the Viking offensive line isn't holding up as well as possibly as it could be.
No, Tedesco's had to run. He's had to scramble all day. When they got most of the yardage, they got it on the ground behind Petrone and Singleton. Their passes have been short drops, and it's really hasn't been a good day for the offensive line so far. Broton's in at tight end. Garvey to the left, back to pass Tedesco. Throws the ball deep for the left side, almost intercepted, falls incomplete. Intended for
John Baronio.
John Baronio, number 4. So now we have 4th down.
Tedesco pass to Baronio, broken up by
4th down and 14, 1:55 to go in the first half.
Vikings have it 4th and 14.
What do I do here, Rob? I'd go for it. You figure if you don't score, you just got to hold the defense for about 2 minutes.
I would punt it and possibly get a fumble down deep in Morris Hill's territory.
Well, you think like Coach Dan here, Rob, because that's what they're doing. Ferraro,
good kick.
Nice kick. Fair catch called back at about the 5-yard line.
Ferraro on a fair catch.
The
7-yard line.
Call it nice, 1st and 10.
Now the Vikings might try to strip the ball loose here. There's 1:14 left.
Well, if he can hold them, I believe they have all their timeouts left. You call a timeout after every play. If you stop them, you can get the ball back, maybe with some time.
And judging by the last punt by Morris Hill, they could come up with good field position once again.
Handoff goes straight ahead. It looks like Jacobs, number 24, and he is stopped. No gain on the play, maybe even a loss.
Round the ball carrier, stopped by the center of the Viking line. Gain of about 1, 2nd and 9.
We joined you late. We had some kind of problem here, audio, visual. We started with about 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Although Doug and myself did do the whole game to find out that it was all for naught.
Well, we got our voices ready, I guess, Rob. All the action came before we joined it, too. Timeout on the field, I believe the Vikings have called their first timeout. 2nd down and 9. They did get a yard on that last play. 2nd down and 9 from about the 9-yard line of Morris Hill. Well, the band is gone, Rob, so we have a couple minutes to ourselves here. Handoff goes to Jacobs around the right side, and Jacobs is wrapped up, breaks a tackle, and he's brought down at about the 15-yard line.
He's been tough all day. He's proven to be a tough runner, strong legs.
Well, he got 84 yards on 10 carries last week, including a 38-yard touchdown run against Mount Olive in their 27 victory. All day, it seems the Mars Hills runners have been slipping through tackles, just powering their way through the Viking defense. Quarterback Skalski included. Minute 1 and counting. The Vikings didn't use a timeout on that last play. 3rd down and 1. This ought to be first down for Mars Hills. Skalski keeps it up himself, gets out to about the 20-yard line, 21-yard line.
We're just going to let the clock run out here. Well, they call a timeout with 14 seconds left.
Is that a 14 or 44, Rob? I'll find out in a minute, I guess. Yes, it's 37, counting. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Boyer, I believe, and he is... No, that's Jacobs. He's thrown for about a loss.
He was hit hard by Ron Cosmos.
It was a reverse play, going to the far side, as it turned out. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Now they're going to let the clock run out. 10 seconds ago. And the first half, in 5 seconds, will come to an end. With the score, the Mars Hills Scarlet Knights 13, the Parsippany Hills Vikings 7. The clock has run out and the players are still out there. Usually in a football game, you'll see the teams take off for the locker room before the clock runs out. Here the clock has run out and they're still in the huddle. Could be a timeout has been called and nobody notified the man working the clock.
You don't have time? Wrap it up quick.
What are we doing now?
Just wrap it up.
We'll be right back. We're coming back. That's good. Okay, there's no time left. They're going to run one more play. Handoff goes to Boyer.
Boyer's ball carrier.
Boyer gets a couple of yards back to the original line of scrimmage. Timeout has been called by the Vikings. Now, we don't know how much time is left in the first half. The clock on the scoreboard has run out, and the Vikings have called their last timeout. So we'll just have to go by the players. We look at the Mars Hills offense. 3rd down and 8. So if the Vikings stop them here, I don't know how much time they're going to have to score.
Hey, Douglas.
Just going off your screen is one of the Viking coaches, Kevin Murray.
You're going to lose your job down there.
Vikings have called their last time out. Notice Jimmy Ferraro kicking his leg up. He does that through the whole game. I thought he just warmed up when he figured they'd need him, but...
Gotta stay loose.
Yeah, I guess so. You never know when you're going to be called on. One play could put you in field goal range.
And we'll see if this is finally the last play.
Back to Paskalski under pressure from John Metaliano. Throws it to us. And the half
Skalski's pass incomplete.
should be over. No, I guess not.
Knights have it. 4th and 8.
Well, this is the most time we've seen with no time left.
4th and 8 from their own 27. Well, it seemed like the game clock was right along with them until the Vikings called the timeout and the clock kept going. So any play could be the last. Mars Hills to kick. Baronio is back there along with Patron. Baronio calls a fair catch, fumbles, but jumps on it at his own 43-yard line.
Baronio covering Skalski's kick. Vikings have it 1st and 10.
Looks like we've got another play coming up.
43.
Viking offense back on the field.
They'll take over from their 43.
I see Jim Ferraro on the field.
Well, this is an interesting play. I saw it happen last year with Washington.
Mind filling me in, Rob? I don't know. I can't figure out what they're doing.
Well, Washington had called a fair catch on a punt with about 3 seconds left in the half. And the ball was put as if it was a kickoff. And Mike Mosley was able to just kick a field goal with, as if it was looking like a kickoff formation, with no pressure on him, obviously, and the kick was good. But Ferraro coming back off the field.
And Frank Tedesco coming on, so it looks like they're going to run a regular offensive play. Walter Garvey is in.
A lot of confusion here, Doug.
John Baronio is in. Yeah, a lot of confusion. I don't know. They bring the kicker on, they bring the kicker off. There's a tee on the field. No, they took the tee off the field. Gonna wear out the new grass in a hurry like this. Okay, Tedesco back to pass. He's throwing the ball long. Garvey is there. Garvey has the ball and drops the ball.
They're gonna call him down.
They're gonna call him down.
Let's see how much time's left, though. Vikings are running. Must not be that much time left.
Give me too much time. 1st and 10. They hurry up. Tedesco jumping around back there. The Vikings trying to line up in a hurry, so I imagine we're running out of time soon. The game clock, as we said, is gone. Tedesco back to pass. Under pressure, gets it away to Patron on the left. Patron to the outside. And he is out of bounds. Has the first down. And let's see where he went. Inside the 10.
Let's see if that is now halftime. Now they could set up a field goal, depending on how much time is left.
Well, I think he went out of bounds so he can get the field goal unit on.
I'm surprised they didn't go for the field goal on the last play.
Well,
bring it to 13-10, unless it was just out of the range.
Half is over. The players on the field now get the hint. Looks like everybody's leaving.
I guess that's halftime.
Yeah,
Doug.
so that's halftime.
That play, ladies and gentlemen, ends the first half.
Okay, first half comes to an end with the Morris Hill Scarlet Knights leading the Vikings 13-7. Some fine offense in the first quarter. Second quarter, there you see the score. 13-7 Morris Hill. Second quarter, not so much offensive action. A lot of penalties, kind of a sloppily played second quarter. And Vikings go in trailing by 6. Of course, you can always overcome that in the second half.
I think the Vikings defense was a little better in the second quarter. The first quarter, just about every play for Morris Hills was a big play of about 5 to 10 yards on the ground. The Vikings seem to have been containing them in the second quarter. They will be kicking off in the third quarter to start. And they go in locker room trailing 13-7 at halftime.
Okay, we're going to shut it off at halftime. We'll be joining you for the third quarter when it starts. So that's the first half, 13-7 Morris Hills. Okay, we're back for the second half. The Vikings and the Morris Hill Scarlet Knights. Morris Hill's leading the game 13-7. The Vikings took a 7-0 lead. Action we missed here at Video on the Go. Corky Patron took a handoff around the right side and into the end zone for a 7-0 Viking lead. Then the Morris Hill Scarlet Knights came back. It was first Joe Rao, number 40, breaking one around the left end and into the end zone for a touchdown. This is in the second quarter. Then Pete Skalski, the quarterback, hit Rich Owens over the middle for a touchdown in the end zone to make it 13-7. The kick by Cousins was blocked by Ron Cosmas for the Vikings, and that's how we stand now, 13-7 in favor of the Scarlet Knights. The Vikings won the toss earlier, so I guess they'll be kicking off. In the middle of the field is Frank Tedesco and Corky Patron, the Viking captains. They'll be defending the goal to our left here in the second half. There you see them. No, now they're going to defend the goal to the right.
Start the third quarter.
Okay, Vikings huddle up on their side of the field.
Choice chose to receive.
You did it there. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Redskins will be playing their home opener against Seton Hall. That game will be tomorrow night at Redskins Stadium, 8 o'clock. We'll have that for you a week from now, a week from tonight here in Video on the Go. And don't forget, for complete Video on the Go listings, look for the community news in your driveway every Sunday.
If you don't get it, call them up. Never mind.
And if you don't get it, you can always call Video on the Go. Linda Hester will answer the phone 24 hours a day. Okay, Jimmy Ferraro set to kick off. Back to receive is Rao, number 40. Number 42 for the Scarlet Knights. We don't have him listed, so let's hope he doesn't catch it. Number 24 is Gary McHugh. He's also back. Stepping in for the play-by-play, here is Rob Tadero.
Thank you very much, Doug. Vikings trailing 13-7. Have shown good ball movement throughout the game, but they'll have to start off on defense, barring any fumble here. Ferraro set for the kickoff. And the second half is underway. Ball taken by Rao at the 10-yard line. He's up over the 20 and up to the 30-yard line. Morris Hills will take over 1st and 10 from the 30.
Okay, we'll give you the defensive line for the Vikings. At defensive end will be Ron Cosmas, number 80, or rather Craig Brotons, number 81. The tackles will be John Metaliano. He's wearing number 24 this year. The other tackle will be number 79, John Ling. And it looks like 72, Mike Ricca, is the other defensive end.
Rao on the handoff.
Ball carrier stopped by
We
guard.
got Rao in now instead of Larry Jacobs.
Pick up a
Surprised they're starting Rao instead of Jacobs there, Doug.
I don't know, the players who were supposed to start were Rao and a few other guys. Jacobs was not listed at all in any of the previews, and then he breaks for 84 yards in the opener. I don't think he was given the starting job until last week.
Pass just over the head of number 25, Rich Owens, who caught a touchdown pass back in the second quarter.
Golsky throws incomplete. 3rd and 6.
It'll be 3rd and 6 for Morris Hills. Vikings go with a 4-4 defense. The two inside linebackers are at left inside linebacker Anthony Lombardi and right inside linebacker Mike Midledge.
The name Anthony Lombardi sounds familiar, doesn't it, Rob?
Yes, Lombardi, and I'll continue in a minute. Just over the head of
Larry Minsky, number 82, the intended receiver. Ball thrown over his head.
Anthony Lombardi coming back after
35.
knee surgery last year, had torn ligaments in his right knee, and he was up here in the broadcast booth helping us out on a few games. Worked hard to get himself back into shape, and he's starting on defense for the Vikings.
Joe Rao will punt for Morris Hills, also a running back. Hits it hard coming down to Baronio.
And Baronio gets it over the 45-yard line.
Baronio on that return.
Okay, the Vikings take it 1st and 10.
Made by Sterling.
Their 45-yard line. Frank Tedesco once again will be the quarterback. Running backs, Corky Patron, number 34. Chris Singleton, number 33. Walter Garvey is in at wide receiver. He'll be switching with Coulter throughout the half.
goes to Singleton.
Chris didn't get any yardage on that play.
On that carry.
Started off by leaping over a pile of players.
He's pretty big. He can do that.
Stop made by Tulo. Second and
6'2", 185-pound sophomore.
Second and about 10. It's a strange rule. You can't hurdle a man standing up. I don't know how anybody could do that in the first place, but I've seen it happen.
Tedesco back to pass. He's got Baronio, but he drops it. Second pass that Baronio has dropped today. Has caught a few, though.
Tedesco.
Yes, he has. He has caught a few passes. He's looked pretty good. Should have had that one, though. It was a first down if he holds on. Pass was low. No chance of that being intercepted. And no chance of being intercepted. A little bit low, but he should have had it. Chris Singleton comes out of the game now. Greg Brotons is in at tight end.
3rd and 8 for the Vikings at their own 49-yard line. Tedesco back to pass. Throwing over the middle. Intercepted. Intercepted at the 35 and brought up to the own 49 of Morris Hills. Hit hard there by...
And guess who? Joe Rao, number 40.
He's been all over the field for Morris Hills.
To say the least, he's the punter. He's scored a touchdown. Nice run from the line of scrimmage. Now he picks off a pass. Doesn't even... Well, now he's leaving the game. As you can call him a 60-minute man. Vikings have a few linemen that play both sides. Actually, in this game's a 48-minute man.
Big yardage by number 34, Larry Jacobs.
Stopped by Lupo and Poulter.
Jacobs has been gaining
A
lot of yards all game, Doug.
Viking 37.
We have a Viking down on the field.
Here, go back to the Viking, yeah, go back. I know this is morbid, isn't it?
I believe it is Gator.
Stay there,
Danny Poulter, they call him Gator.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They call Scooter.
Scooter, not Gator.
They call Ron Cosmos Gator.
That's right. I got my nickname mixed up here, Rob. It is.
Yeah, that is Dan Poulter. And he comes off the field under his own power, as you see.
Oh, he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Okay, Deb.
The Vikings really have to stop Morris Hills here. You don't want to get down 20-7 in the second half.
Pete Skalski took it up the middle himself.
Skalski on the quarterback keeper.
On a first down play, that's a rare call.
He was driven backwards by John Metaliano, number 24, and number 23, Anthony Lombardi. Metaliano wearing number 24 this year. Bill Devine, a junior, wears 68. That was John's number last year.
Second and 8. Hand off to Jacobs.
He gets 3 yards. It'll be second down, rather third down coming up. They call it no gain, so it's third down and 8. It's 9. We'll make that 8-17 and counting. 8 looks like a 9 up on the scoreboard. Big defensive play here for the Vikings.
Morris Hills has a 4th down and 12 to go.
Skalski is a threat to run with the ball. He scored a touchdown running last week, as you see, McHugh being helped off. And Skalski is a threat to run. We've seen him on a number of keepers today, some successful, some not so successful. McHugh leaves the field under his own power. In fact, he outran the trainer back to the sideline.
4th and 12.
4th and 12, they're going to punt.
We're still here, though.
Right.
it goes in the end zone. That was not route punting. That was, I believe it's Skalski.
Skalski's punt in the end zone. Touchback. Vikings have it first and 10 their own 20.
I have a couple of punters against Rao and Skalski. I think Rao's done enough today. If he doesn't play another down, he'll have done his share.
So the Vikings will take over first and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Corky Patron did a smart thing in letting that ball hop into the end zone. So now they have it at the 20-yard line. Frank Tedesco, and the offense comes back.
7 minutes, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Garvey wide left. Handoff goes to Patron. He breaks one tackle. And gets down to about the 29-yard line.
Running hard.
Good play by Patron. Nice run.
By Christensen.
Out to the 29-yard line right here. If I was the coach, Walt Daniel, I would open up with a pass, because if you don't make it, you still got 3rd and 1 and possibly 4th and 1 to get that last yard. I would try a pass here. Most of the time, you'll see them run straight ahead, and they have the men to do it. Corky Patron is back there.
2nd and 2. That'll be close to a first down.
Looks like Patron on the carry.
See where the ref spotted. It looks like they spotted right on the 30.
The ball carrier.
First down.
Picks up a first down. Vikings have it first and 10 their own 30.
Corky Patron also changing his number over the past season. Last year he wore number 44, series number 34.
First and 10 from the 30. That was number 32, Bill Ahern, a senior. 5'10", 180 pounds.
Ahern, the ball carrier, first and 10.
First time he's run the ball today.
6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Gained 6 yards on the play.
I noticed Ahern in on the last play to block. This time he carries the ball, picks up 6 yards. Coulter comes out to the left side.
Quick pass to Protons over the middle for a first down. That's twice they've used a quick pass to the tight end over the middle, and it's worked both times.
With the pressure the Mars Hills defensive line is putting on Tedesco, you have to use short drops. You can't run the ball every play, but you just can't give him time to tee off and get in on Tedesco. That's a perfect play. Short drop right over the middle to Protons. Protons has shown sure-handed receiving and some fine running so far today.
First and 10 from Viking 42. Patron gets away from him and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was some good and bad running by Patron. First, it looked like he lost his compass, but then he got away from the tacklers in the backfield and made it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
I like that, Doug. Lost his compass. Very original.
Walter Garvey coming out.
Over the middle, caught by Baronio. And he stopped at the 41-yard line. That'll be a first and 10 for the Vikings.
Beautiful catch by Baronio. He's dropped a couple before, but you can't look at the past. You just got to catch whatever comes to you. Nice catch by Baronio.
Knight's 41.
He has shown flashes of good and bad today. Mostly good. First and 10, Vikings, 41-yard line of Mars Hills.
Patron, he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
Number 54.
Tripped up by Sternlicht.
Joe Sternlicht.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
That'll be 2nd and 10.
Sternlicht, a senior, 5'8", 170 pounds. Man on the hit. Second down and 10.
Hand off to Baronio. He gains about 6 or 7 on the carry.
Looks like it'll be about second down, or rather third down and 2 or 3 coming up. Long
Picks
2.
up about 7 yards.
It's a key drive for the Vikings.
You
Need to
gotta-
come up with some points here.
Excuse me, Rob, you have to at least get a field goal out of here. They're in, what would you say is Ferraro's range? I haven't seen him kick too much.
He can kick 40-yarders, so with ease.
Should be close to the first down, straight ahead running.
Ahern, the ball carrier. Barnes on the stop.
Ahern on the carry. We'll be short by about a yard.
Call for measurement? No, they're
Vikings
gonna
have it 4th and
mark
about
him
1.
short. 4th and 1. I'd go for it here. I don't have to give a choice. Can't punt. Ferraro, once again, changing his kicking shoe. Spends a whole
4th
day
and 1 for the Vikings. Tedesco takes it forward,
Tedesco
and he got it. I do believe I saw his back land over the
first down.
Tedesco has the first down.
It's the Vikings 1st and 10 now from the
Will the person
30-yard line.
Trish Francesca's wallet please report to the press box? Will the person that found Trish Francesca's wallet please report to the press box? Thank you.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Hand off to Ahern.
Ahern on the carry, Firth on the stop.
Got a
2
couple.
yards, second.
You got a couple of yards. It'll be
Second and 8.
second down and 8. It's funny how we haven't seen Ahern through the whole first half, and now he's running the ball a lot on this drive. I guess you want to give a rest to guys like Patron and Singleton. You're going to need them in the 4th quarter if a crucial drive comes up.
And they haven't gone much to wide receivers Walt Garvey or Dan Poulter. Tedesco rolling out. Got to get away from him, man. He throws deep to Poulter. Just off his shoulder pad.
Dangerous pass by Tedesco. Kind of a half roll to his left. Fired the ball deep for the end zone. Poulter was there, so was the defender. Kind of a dangerous pass off the shoulder pad, and luckily not intercepted for the Vikings. Luckily for the Vikings.
Although it was catchable.
Yes, it was. It was catchable. Dangerous, but catchable. The kind of pass you have to throw.
Kid don't know how to
It's 3rd and 8. Tedesco under pressure again. Fumble. And Morris Hills will take over at their own 46.
Number 84, Butch Leach, is the man who came up with the football
Knights take over.
at his own 46-yard line.
Knights 46.
That's a tough break for the Vikings. They were in field goal range. But again, the offensive line didn't give Tedesco enough time. And Tedesco, you can only scramble so much. Sooner or later, they're going to get you.
Rao the ball carrier, stopped by Garvey.
Joe Rao, the ball carrier. No gain on the play. Might have got a
1
yard.
yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9.
Is that an 8 or a 0 on the scoreboard?
It's a 0. Time running out in the 3rd quarter.
Pitch out to Jacobs, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
Anthony Lombardi, number 23, the man who got to him.
Stopped by Lombardi and Cosmos.
Cosmos also on the tackle.
3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11. Loss of 2 on the last play. Time running down. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Skalski back to pass. He's under pressure, and they get to him. Loss of about 5 on the play.
Sack flag.
Viking down lineman finally getting to Skalski.
They've been pressuring him all day, just like Tedesco. Sooner or later, they're going to get him. They finally got him. Looks like the whole line was in on him that time. Be interesting to see who punts this time.
Never know, the trainer might come in the way they're going now. Another bad kick. They get the roll. And it's down to the 16-yard line. Now it's Skalski who kicked it, and he looks to be limping off the field, so...
Not a good play letting it run through, because now the Vikings have pretty bad field position at about the 17-yard line. For some reason, the band was happy about that. Okay, they're finished. Now the other one gets started.
I don't think we have to worry about them now.
No. They're out in the distance. Okay, 1st and 10 Vikings. Tedesco back in at quarterback. Garvey and Baronio to the right side. And the flag dropped.
Quite a few flags dropped.
Looks like it's against the Vikings.
Coachman cost Vikings 5 yards, 1st and 15.
Encroachment against the Vikings.
Well, I
First
thought that
down.
was against the defense. I thought it was just offsides against the offense.
I don't know. PA man said encroachment. Okay, this time it's Poulter wide to the right along with Baronio. Tedesco back to pass. Passing from his end zone, rolls out, throws. He's got Brotons open at the 30. Brotons across the 35-yard line and out of bounds.
Brotons had a big play early in the 2nd quarter, ran about 3/4 of the field down to the 11-yard line.
1st and 10, their own 35.
Tedesco once again under pressure, but he stepped through the rush this time. Found Brotons wide open, and the Vikings have a 1st 10 at their 36.
Tedesco's only been sacked a couple times. He's done a great job getting away from defensive linemen, and Brotons has really had a good game when he's had the ball. Handoff goes to Patrone, stutter steps, and gets out to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Too low. 2nd and 5.
Once again, a big drive for the Vikings. This one really valuable because we're just under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Both coaches a bit uneasy right now. Howie Fioc on the Mars Hill side. Tedesco back to pass, in trouble, and gets it away. Incomplete. Let's see if they mark him down.
Yeah, they called him down in that play.
It's a good thing, too. I believe the pass was intercepted. May have been trapped.
He hit the ground.
Actually, it was dropped.
Loss on the play. 3 yards.
Once again, the Viking offensive line.
The offensive line seems to be doing a good job when they run the ball, but when the pass protection hasn't been well. Both receivers in now. Poulter out to the left, Garvey to the right. Ahern and Patrone in the backfield. Tedesco back to pass. Better time. Throws over the middle. Caught by Brotons. Greg Brotons down to the 40-yard line of Mars Hill. 1st and 10 Vikings.
to push the Brotons first and 10 Vikings.
Another big play by Craig Brotons, number 81.
Brotons having a spectacular day. Interesting to see what his yards per catch average is. It's got to be about 20.
After that long run, definitely. Maybe even more. Handoff goes to Ahern. Ahern, the senior, plows his way for about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up.
And if you notice, when they've had, when Tedesco has had time to pass, the Vikings have come up with long yardage plays.
Pass protection is the key to passing. Words of wisdom. Handoff goes to Ahern. He gets a couple more yards before he's driven back by number 84, Butch Leach. Butch Leach, I believe.
3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4. Pickup of about 2, 3.
Baronio comes out. Garvey wide right, Holter wide left.
Patrone and Ahern in the backfield. Tedesco back to pass. Throws over the middle, caught by Brotons. Another first down.
Once again, Brotons the big play man for the Vikings.
He has done it a number of times. A couple times on this drive. The big catch, and he can run with the ball after he catches it.
And he seems to be the secondary receiver for Tedesco. And he seems to be always open. I don't know what the slip up in the coverages for Morris Hills.
Well, it seems they must have read about Garvey and Poulter, and they spend most of their time covering the receivers. They don't worry so much about Brotons. Ahern, straight up the middle for about 3.
Ahern taking his lumps 3 plays in a row up the middle.
Every team has a power back, the Rocky Blyer type of man who just drives into the line.
2nd and 7.
Gets about 3 yards. Usually use him on short yardage. Now and then he'll break through the line. Seems every good football team has one. Robert Newhouse with the Cowboys. Tedesco rolls to the right. In trouble. Gets it away on a hop.
No flag.
No flag either.
Good
He was
break for the
nailed.
Vikings.
Number 79, Bill Cousins, one of 2 returning lettermen from Morris Hills. Just nailed him.
The nearest man there was Mike Ricca, and I don't think he was in any condition to catch a pass there.
I don't think so. Not legally, at least. He's better off dropping it. Not that he had a chance. What? 6:39 to go in the game. Vikings almost have to score. Make that 6:59. Tedesco now has to scramble. He has some running room. And he's close. No, he won't have the first down.
He had some running room. The hole, he had a big hole, and that closed up mighty quick.
Stopped by Braun.
Let's see, it'll be 4th down.
4 on the play.
And about 3.
And now we'll see if the Vikings will go for that field goal.
I think they have to go for it right here.
That's for that key field goal that they didn't attempt at the end of the first half. Looks pretty big now.
It's your turn to read the scoreboard, Rob. What time does that say?
Either an 8 or a 6.
I believe it says 8:17 left. We can't do it. First down for the Vikings. I don't know what they did. The referees debated it, and the Vikings have a first down.
Vikings have their first and 10. On the 11.
Personal foul, I believe. I thought that was some kind of delayed call. Call it next week, maybe. Okay, Vikings, great field position. They almost have to score now. 10-yard line, Tedesco hands it off to Patron, and Patron has some good yardage to about the 5-yard line.
Patron straight ahead, up by Kern.
I believe that's a 6, Rob. 6:25 to go.
74 to go.
And about 4.
Second down and 4.
4-yard line.
I believe they can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but they'd have to have the nose of the football touching the goal line.
Vikings at their own 4-yard line.
Tedesco hands the ball off to Ahern. Ahern around the right side. Just short of the end zone.
Slipped down or else he would have had it. Feet came out from under him trying to cut back. Or else he would have had the touchdown. It'll be third down now.
The grass doesn't look wet, but it's always easy to slip even on dry grass.
We have not seen Chris Singleton in quite a while, and he normally the power back.
Yeah.
Not in there now. It's Patron and Ahern.
Patron over the top.
Handoff goes to Ahern, and he gets down closer to the goal line.
Close to the first down, keep in mind.
Look for Patron on this play.
Fourth and less than 1 yard for a first.
Fourth and less than a yard. And this is possibly the biggest play of the...
Biggest play of the game, no question about it. 4:50. Never mind the time, I can't read it. Fourth down. Tedesco takes it himself. Touchdown, Vikings. Frank Tedesco on the quarterback keeper. Brings it into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
Tedesco on the keeper. Broke up through the middle. Took it in for the touchdown, and we've got a tie ball game. And Jim Ferrero in now to kick the extra point. Possibly the best extra point kicker in the league.
Very good chance of it. Jimmy Ferraro lines up the extra point. We are tied at 13.
John Baroni will take the snap.
He's got it. The Vikings take the lead.
Vikings take a 14-13 lead, and Doug in the Star Ledger, they picked Morris Hills to beat Parsippany Hills 15-7.
All week the papers have been saying the party's over for the Vikings. I just don't believe it. All week they've been putting the Vikings down, saying the Roxbury game was a fluke. You gotta believe it now. 14-13. The defense just has to hold. This is a defense that shut out Roxbury a week ago. I think the Vikings, really much improved team this year.
And now it's important that the Viking defense bears down and holds Morris Hills. Morris Hills has been tough all day on offense as far as moving the ball. And now it's up to the Viking defense to hold them.
Definitely, Rob. Those are the key words. They have to hold them here. Ferraro's kickoff, very important. We want to get a good deep kick. Ferraro, drum roll and all, hits it deep. Taken at the 5, up across the 10. Good run back all the way to the 42-yard line.
Stopped by Garvey and Ahern, first and 10.
Did you catch the man who ran that back route?
Knight, 42.
I didn't, Doug.
Join the club.
But there is 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Macheska's wallet. Trish Macheska's wallet. The person who found it, please report to the press box. Thank you.
Big defensive series starts right here. Skalski. Back to pass. In trouble. He is hit for a loss.
Skolsky on the quarterback keeper. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 they'll call it. 2nd and 11 it looks like to me. Second down. Big defensive series for the Vikings.
Stoppage in play right now. For what reason, I don't know.
4-minute warning, Rob. 4 minutes. Okay, we're ready. Skolsky throws over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for number 25, Rich Owens. Off his fingertips. 3rd down and 11. Biggest play of the season for the Viking defense.
The receivers got out there awfully quick. Must have been a quick snap because
Well,
as the ball was snapped, they were about 10 yards off the ball already.
defensive line on both sides has been putting on a lot of pressure. And you don't want to have to stay in the pocket too long. 3rd and 11, big play. Back to pass, Skolsky under pressure, gets it away, incomplete.
Threw it over the head of number 38, Tim Keffer.
Legs on the play.
Don't know what for. The pass was thrown in the middle of 4 Morris Hills receivers, none of which had a chance to get to it. Skolsky was way back in the backfield there in the pass, and it's against Morris Hills.
Starting 19 eligible receiver downfield.
Well, there's one of your 4 receivers, Rob. Ineligible man downfield is the penalty. I believe they'll refuse it. 4th down and 10. Ball is at the 42-yard line. 4th and 11.
They have declined it. It'll be 4th and 10.
And 10.
And another big play for the Vikings here.
Now look for Singleton or Patron, one of the running backs. They're going to have to run down the clock, and passing is not the way to do it. The Vikings will run the ball when they get it back.
Well, they'll have to get the ball back. Looks like
Well, they're going for it, Rob. Okay, and
going for it.
another big play for the Vikings. Back to pass to Skolsky, under pressure, throws the ball away, incomplete.
And the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from the Morris Hills 42-yard line.
Starting 19.
If the Vikings win this, that'll be 2-0 on the season and 2-game winning streak, the longest in quite a while, Doug.
Well, yeah, they will overcome their win total of the past 2 seasons. Last year they came up 1 game shy of a victory.
Please report to the press box.
Looks like 2-0 if they can hold on here. When's the last time the Vikings have been 2 games over 500? Have they ever been 2 games over, Rob?
Not in my years, that I can remember.
Handoff goes to Patron, running laterally along the line of scrimmage. No pickup, brought down by Cousins, number 79. Jack Firth, number 20, also in on the tackle. Walter Garvey comes out. Dan Poulter is in. Even. 2nd down, Vikings. Tedesco hands the ball off to Patron. Again, no gain.
.210 left and counting.
3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11 for the Vikings. Time ticking away.
Vikings Vikings are. I said there was 2:10 and counting. Now the clock says 2:25. And it stopped, so.
The light bulb dropped.
Well, they might have reset it because the clock is now stopped.
Yeah.
Apparently someone had called a timeout.
Even if the Vikings don't get the first down here, a punt will put them in deep in their own territory with any luck at all.
Third and 11. Scarlet Knights 33.
I don't know about you, Rob, but I can feel a Viking victory about 2 minutes and 25 seconds away.
Still got 2 minutes left to get that
Well, the Vikings just have to keep Mars Hills contained if Mars Hills should get the ball back, or just keep control of the ball themselves.
Saturday, 1:30 at Hanover Park, the Viking Rooters.
They're going to be in Hanover Park next week.
Game will be Saturday, October 9th, 1:30 at Hanover Park.
Vikings' next game will be 1:30 Saturday at Hanover Park. Anybody who likes to drive can go. Tedesco rolls to his right. He's in trouble and he's sacked back at midfield. 4th down coming up.
Vikings didn't want that to happen.
4th down
Ferrero in the game now,
and 16.
and they'll want a big punt from him, and now it's up to the special teams. Special teams
Scarlet Knights
hasn't looked all that impressive today, but if they can come up with a big play now,
Vikings next home
everybody
game
might forget about
will be
it.
Saturday, October 20th.
Well, Ferraro is a very good kicker. He's a good punter.
High school.
And barring a disaster, a bad snap or a block, the Scarlet Knights will be backed up in a hole with only about a minute to go by the time they get the kick. Minute 10 counting now.
Oh, give me a break.
Long count. Now the clock says a minute 35. That's a
Penalty against the Vikings.
5-yard penalty against the Vikings. That is one tricky clock, Rob. It just went from 1:10 to 1:35.
I think it recycles after it reaches 10 every time.
I think so.
Decline and take the ball.
What?
Touchdown. Touchdown.
Now the Vikings 5 yards further.
Will the band enjoying themselves? Ferraro gets the kick away high, not too long. Out of bounds, crossing the sideline in the air at about the 30-yard line.
The 31, and critical with the penalty and the sack of Tedesco. A minute 28. Now, just when you think you've burnt off time on the clock, it seems to come back on.
Especially this clock. Okay, another big defensive series for the Vikings. Owens comes out wide to the left. Skalski has gone the route at quarterback. No, he has a new quarterback. We'll give it to you in a minute. Completes the pass. Inside Viking territory down to the 47-yard line. The new quarterback is Kurt Hallett, number 14. Hallett is a junior.
Vikings 47.
5'6", 150 yards.
Minute and 20 left in the game. Seems that should have taken longer than 5 seconds, that play.
Well, it's counting now. They had to stop it to move the stakes. Back to pass, throw, sideline, incomplete. A field goal will do it. A 1-point game, anything will do.
Pass to Owens, incomplete.
Except an incomplete pass.
9-7, second and 10, the Vikings 47.
Word of encouragement from the band.
We'll see if the Viking down lineman can get in and possibly sack Hallett.
Here's a chance to tee off, and they almost get him. Howland gets it away, almost intercepted by number 35, Lupo.
Hallett was almost sacked back at about the 45 in his own territory. the ball was almost caught, and then the ball was almost intercepted, so quite a few things almost happening on that play.
Very exciting play. Unofficially, 1 minute and 1 second to go in this football game. 3rd and 10 from the Viking 47-yard line. Scarlet Knights have the ball. Vikings up by 1. Handoff goes to Boyer. Mark Boyer, pickup of 2. 4th down and 8.
Ball carrier picks up 2 to 45.
I wonder who the genius was to call that play, Rob.
Scarlet Knights.
The clock has not started to run, so we're just going to give up with the clock today.
Yeah, just so you was at the end of the first half. That clock,
Reminder to Vikings fans, next game,
clock is not right.
October 9th at Hanover Park.
In fact, we have an official on the sideline now, on the Viking side of the field, pointing to a watch, asking for the correct time.
23rd, here at Viking Field.
It would be fairly easy to get the time up here. A ref just has to tell one of the coaches with the headsets on the sideline, and he could relay it into the box here, but...
Well, they're going to take a shot at it now. They've got 28, 30. They're quickly counting down.
What are they doing?
Resetting the clock here.
Better not be a minute.
Now it says a minute 30.
30 seconds.
So we've had about 4 different drives where we've run off about 5 seconds.
Now we're down to a minute 9.
4th down play.
Back to pass on 4th down. Caught at the 30-yard line. Inside the 30 to the 29 is number 40, Joe Rao, there in field goal range.
Pass complete to number 40, Joe Rao. 1st and
The
10.
clock now says a minute 3.
Scarlet Knights, Viking 29.
A minute now and counting.
Allen to pass. And flags redecorating the field. Let's see what we have. Vikings coming off a brawl after their Roxbury victory. Seems some bad blood on the Roxbury side.
There's no flag.
Now we're down to 36 seconds, Rob. Another 10 minutes will be in the 3rd quarter.
Called against the Knights Club.
Illegal procedure against the Scarlet Knights.
When a Mars Hills player has the ball, you might see some gang tackling and one player trying to strip the ball from a Mars Hills runner.
Okay, we have a toss-up. It's either 56 or 36 seconds left. Hopefully for the Vikings, 36. Seems like an eternity in football. 1st and 15, another flag down. They might have done it again.
And this could be very big if the Vikings get another procedure call.
Offside against the Vikings.
So we move it back.
Brings back a 1st and 10. Viking 29.
So it's back to 1st and 10.
Our cheerleaders treat the Vikings.
You'd hate to lose one like this. 48 seconds. Back to pass is Hallen. Throws. Almost intercepted by number 23, Anthony Lombardi.
Lombardi intercepted a pass last week against Roxbury. Almost coming up with the biggest play of the game for him and for the Vikings. But just off his fingertips, diving try. That'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. And the field goal unit might be coming on shortly.
40 seconds left. Didn't that scoreboard used to have a place where it showed where the ball was in the bottom corner? Well, in any event, it doesn't now. Okay, 2nd down and 10. And infraction against the Morris Hills Knights.
Once again, number 25,
Rich Owens.
Rich Owens.
Oh, we are the Vikings. Moving up into field goal range.
Whether the Vikings moved or not, unless it was encroachment, one of the players from Mars Hills moved.
You can just about hear a pin drop now.
No, we still can't hear the band, so.
We can certainly hear the flags dropping, that's for sure.
That's 3 flags in the last 4 plays. officials. Illegal procedure against Mars Hill and against the Vikings, and they offset.
Offsetting penalties.
This is the wildest finish I've seen ever.
It certainly is for the Vikings. You'd hate to lose a game like this. You got to remember, Cousins had a point blocked before. That's the reason. You said it would be big, Rob. I think you're psychic. It's very big. And another procedure. Rao was in motion to the left this time, number 40, for the Scarlet Knights in white. It's against Mars Hills. We've had about 6 plays and no time has run off the clock. Wild finish.
It's still second down, and that's the 5th flag we've had.
The coach
in 2 downs.
The coach is Howie Fioc on the Mars Hill side. Coach Daniel here on the Viking side. Both got to be just pulling their hair out. Another play, and they'll be pulling their own hair out. Rolling to the right, throws, incomplete. Okay, 33 seconds unofficially.
Number 50, Ron Cos was diving into that play to possibly break up the pass. It's now, it should be 3rd down. Now it's changed, it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 15. 3rd down, Mars Hill. Rao in motion to the left. Palin back to pass. In trouble. Fires the ball for the left sideline. Incomplete. Too long for Joe Rao, number 40. 4th down and 15.
It looked as though when he threw it that the ball would be just farther than Rao. Whether to see if it would be intercepted by the coverage. Number 35, Paul Lupo in the area.
He led
number 9, Walt Garvey.
Excuse me, he led the receiver a little bit too much. At first I thought it was going to fall incomplete, and then I thought Rao was going to catch up with it, but fell incomplete.
Threw it kind of high, too. Now it's 4th and 15.
34-yard line. This is it. Collin back to pass. Throwing deep. The ball is incomplete. The ball is incomplete. The Vikings take over.
Coverage, Doug, and they weren't looking to intercept it. They were just looking to knock it down and not to have interference called against them.
They were just thinking, make sure that guy in the white shirt does not come down with the football. The Vikings, all they have to do now is fall on the football.
24 seconds supposedly on the clock, and let's hope we not see Giants versus Philadelphia Eagles once again here.
No, I don't think Joe Pisarcik showed up today. And they're going to fall on the ball. Tedesco falls on it. Unofficially 21 seconds to go.
Timeout called by Mars Hills.
Scarlet Knights have called.
Do not know how many timeouts they have left.
Crowd now chanting 21. I want to see if they keep it up when the clock starts.
Well, 5 plays from now, they might still be saying 21. You never know.
The way it's going, they'll be saying 32, 43. You never know. Mars Hill's crowd starting to leave. There you see the Vikings in their huddle.
Everybody on the Vikings still here.
They're not going to leave. They haven't seen a win at home in years.
Yeah, our cheerleaders beat the guy.
Jimmy Fallon, our director right now of Parsippany High School, eating some crow. As he said, the Vikings were going to lose, be blown out.
Thanks to our staff today here at Video on the Go, Tom Wall, Tom Kanuski, Jimmy Fallon, Linda Hester, our producer, of course, Rob and myself. 21 seconds ago, falling on the ball again.
And tempers flaring a bit now. This is the same situation they had against Roxbury.
You hate to see it, but it happened.
And it was the same situation where Tedesco was falling on the ball.
This is it. There it is.
It's not the end of the game, though. Steve Bradley telling us there's 20 seconds left. If there is, I think I'm going to quit, but...
I don't know. Now the flag is thrown.
The ref had fun throwing that one. Just
delay of game has been called against the Vikings.
Vikings have it. Third down. 17 yards for first down.
This is unbelievable, Rob. The clock, the referees.
Now they got a minute up in the clock. 10-0. They keep switching.
Jesus.
But otherwise, we hope you're enjoying this game.
I know I am.
Lesko covering the ball one more time.
Our bogus clock now reads about 15 minutes, and that's the game.
That's the end of the game. The Vikings have won it 14-13 over Morris Hills. Morris Hills, the winners of the Iron Division last year with a 6-1 record. 8-2 overall. Parsippany Hills 2-0 on the season, Doug. 1-0 in the Hills Conference, and obviously they're atop the Hills Division right now.
Oh, they're ecstatic. It's unbelievable. The Vikings they won one game in 1980. They didn't win it all last year. Now they're 2-0, and really you gotta wonder how people can put them down after this win.
And we'll see what the Star Ledger has to say next week. See if they pick us to win. Vikings play Hanover Park next week.
I don't know, it seems to me we're gonna have to get used to hearing the party's over every week. I don't know, I think this team is a lot better than anybody thinks.
Well, it seems they have everything you need to have. They have two good running backs, in fact, more than two running backs. Ahern comes off the bench, Baronio comes off the bench. A good quarterback in Frank Tedesco. They have two good wide receivers in Dan Poulter, Walter Garvey, Craig Brotons.
You can't forget Craig Brotons. The plays he made today, some crucial plays on that final drive, keeping it alive for the Viking touchdown. A big one in the second quarter. Really great game by Brotons. And the defense, they shut out Roxbury. They held this team to 13 points. Really a very good defensive unit. And there's no telling how far this team can go.
Ferrero, a fine kicker for the Vikings. Vikings go with a 4-4 defense and has shown to be good this year, although early in the first quarter, Morris Hills seemed to have been running at will, but Vikings contained them late in the game, and that was the key.
Yeah, it was. The last two drives, they had to stop them. Early in the game, Morris Hills was running right up the middle. Larry Jacobs, Joe Rao, they were running right at the Vikings. At the end of the game, they had a pass. The Viking line teed off the secondary. Great secondary work by the Vikings. Just an all-around well-played football game and a crucial one-point victory over Morris Hills.
Getting back to Brotons, I don't think he had a catch today less than about 15, 20 yards.
I don't think so. That one he broke was unbelievable. I couldn't believe someone his size, the way he cut across the field, slipped the tackles, and showed very good speed, getting all the way down to the 11-yard line from his own 20.
Vikings won 14-13, but they had a touchdown called back. They had a chance at the end of the half where they could have possibly had a field goal, but elected to go for the touchdown, possibly not knowing how much time was left in the clock.
No, well, we didn't know how much. I don't think anybody knew how much time there was. Unbelievable. There you see the happy crowd of Viking fans as they exit from Viking Stadium. So, good day for the Vikings all around. They extend their winning streak now to 2-0 after losing 12 straight, covering a span of 2 years.
So we 12 straight. Want to thank our producer Linda Hester, our director Jimmy Fallon, camera people Tom Wall and Tom Kanuski, and my thanks to Doug Basile. You did a fine game today.
Thank you very much, Rob. You too. Okay, so that about does it. Until next Thursday when the Parsippany Redskins meet the Seton Hall Pirates.
Friday night.
This is Doug Basile along with Rob Terrero saying good night, everybody.
Let's go around. I don't know, they're really the Pirates.